Hello everybody, welcome to this short video which is meant for those students who didn't attend the Electronic Fashion 1 workshop. What I'd like to do in the video is give you some examples of the electronics that you can use, that you can put inside your clothes. Also, you get a feel for the size of the electronics and its shape, and some idea about how to fit it close to the body. Well, let's have a look at a simple example of the electronics here. So here we have a set of electronics that would be sort of typical of the sort of components that you would use in your clothes. The main component, and perhaps the most important component, is this device here. This is the microcontroller. This is essentially a small computer, and it controls everything else that's going on. This microcontroller is connected to some LEDs that we see here. LEDs are very bright, they can be seen during the daylight. And these are special LEDs because they can change to any color that we want. We simply send a message from the controller to the LED and it will change color. Here we have a small battery. This is a small rechargeable battery. For some projects you might need a bigger battery depending on how many LEDs you have. Finally, we also have a motion sensor connected to the microcontroller. So this is something that can detect movement. So when it detects movement, a signal goes to the microcontroller, and for example then it could change the LEDs. So let's see this as an example. Now the LEDs are very bright, so I'm going to cover them with a layer of fabric, which will help you see them a little bit better. So if I turn it on, you'll see the LEDs change from different colors. So you've got green, red, blue, and then it does a simple pattern. Okay, so now it's settled on blue. But if I move it, this sensor can detect that motion and we get a changing pattern. So if I do that, we can see I get a pattern. And if I keep going, then it will keep detecting it. So we go like that. If I stop, it will stop. There we go. So it's back to rest again. So here we have an example of the electronics in use. I mean, we have a baseball cap with the microcontroller, a motion sensor here, a slightly bigger battery, and then the LED on the underside of the brim of the cap. Again, these LEDs are very bright, so I'm just going to put the fabric over it so the camera can see it. But if I turn them on, then you see we have green, red, purple, blue, different colors, different intensities, different patterns. And the idea is that this will then project onto the face of the wearer, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so let's try out the cap now. Now it's a little bit darker. So I'm going to turn it on, put it on, and you should see now that the light projects down onto my face, and you can see that different colours are going through and different intensities. And now they're multicolored. And then finally it settles on red. Now if I start to move my head, like for example if I was running, then you should notice that after a period of time the LEDs start to change colour. So here we're changing, and now if I stop still you should see that they're green. So the idea is to encourage you to run, to turn the LEDs from red to green. And if I stay still like this, then slowly the LEDs will turn back again from the original green to yellow, and now they should be this sort of vivid red colour. Okay, so that's the LED cap. Okay, so here we have an example of a garment, in fact a t-shirt that's got some electronics built in. Here again we see in the center the microcontroller. We have a small battery hidden away in the back of the behind the microcontroller, and we also have a motion sensor here and some just standard white LEDs. And the idea behind this shirt is that when we turn it on, there we go. It does a quick test, and then the LEDs light up as randomly as we move. So, and the more you move, the more then the LEDs will stay on when you stop. So I keep going, and then eventually I stop. Here we see the 4 LEDs are on. Then they slowly will count down, going down 3, 2, and 1. And if you want to light them up again, then you have to do some more exercise. Okay, so that's a set of examples of electronics in clothes. Hopefully that's given you some basic ideas of the sort of materials that we use. If you have any further questions, then probably the easiest way to get in touch with me is to email me on my goffy@gmail.com account. Okay.